Mike Tyson matured at 19. Nothing was standing in his way at that time. He ruled the planet at that time.
Heavyweight champion of the world. Undisputed, the undefeated Iron Tyson.
Who hit you the hardest in your career?
It had to be Frank Bruno, fighting him in my title defense, defend my title for the second time, and he hit me in the eye the first round, and that was one of the very few times I had a swollen eye in my whole boxing career.
Frank Bruno's chances of beating Tyson was just as good as anybody else's because he could punch.
Tyson, by catching him in the first round, he's nailed again with it in such magnificent shape. Big, vicious body shot, taken right underneath the heart. By hanging on to him, by tying him up when he comes inside. That light, ooh, another right hand gets through.
Get through, Jim. We're able to slow down Frank Bruno. That shot there, the uppercut.
Smashed an elbow into Bruno's mouth to make punching. There's the uppercut.
Those are the short uppercuts that do so much damage, and people just don't appreciate those little short shots. Here it is, to the midsection, right up the middle. Beautiful shot. He's hurt a lot of guys. In fact, he knocked out Botha the same way. You see the leverage of Mike Tyson. There, to the body and straight up the middle. I'm going to use that shot one day.
What Bruno expected. He said he's not looking for the Tyson who fought McGinley and Mathis.
Now let's take a look at how Tyson took care of business. Ducked under, a shot under the arm, in the legs, and from here on out, a rain of punches which buckled Frank Bruno until he was helpless.
If you let Mike Tyson take another look at it, Mike lands a body shot there and then the hook, and then what he does best, he comes up, another hook and right hand. When he came in with one punch possible, not totally you know, committed to that punch to hurt Tyson, to land it, but to hold. There's the hook, and he's going to come up with the uppercut. He's going to work his way in. He steps around with another hook.
Tyson! Frank Bruno until he was helpless.
That one hurt. You would see the knees buckle if we had a bigger angle. That uppercut is such a vicious punch, I can't begin to tell you. And he gets such a leverage lifting his opponents off the floor.
Boom, there you go. And then another one.
The best ever. Laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes. And it is all over.
He is a finisher par excellence. And he finished tonight, and Frank Bruno had no chance.
A ferocious display by Mike Tyson.
Buster Mathis Jr.
Especially with those 224 pounds. Tyson connects right there on body punches, and Mathis trying to fight his both the break. Oh, Tyson caught him with the right uppercut right there.
Use that right-footed pivot, swing around on your opponent's side, and then crack.
Oh, he got a right uppercut, another right uppercut, and down goes Mathis.
And stepping over to his right, using a right-footed pivot, and then connecting.
See in super slow-mo, you'll see Mike. See him step around?
Yep.
Yeah, here you see it. What I said earlier, too, he was trying to give himself the room. He stepped off, gave himself room to wind up and tear in with that uppercut. And
Mike Tyson had to get some room. He took a step over to the side and a step back, and then he landed 90% of the power of the punches right on the end, that final snap, and that's what it does to opponents down there on the canvas.
This Olympic gold medal champion has 15 consecutive victories, 10 by knockout. Introducing the #1 challenger in the world, Tyrell Berbick.
I feel like I'm being redundant with that, but he hit him with many big left hands, Ray.
The same thing happened. So all we had was actually a replay of what took place. Here, Mike Tyson just wears his man down with beautiful short left hooks.
It was really more his legs than anything else. He was just kind of off balance, had his legs together, just never really got it together. the end for Tyrell Biggs.
Angles and combination.
Yeah, and Ray, he did it for 1 round. That was it.
But that was his fault.
My friend, Michael Spinks, into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. He was the undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world from 1983 to 1985. And I just want to just welcome him up here, and it's an honor to induct him. Watch the film.
The delivering of the punches. We've seen a lot of big guys. They don't punch as hard as Mike. Is it the way he delivers it?
Sure, it's the snap. I told you with snap, with the correct form.
Which is what? Is it getting the shoulder in and
it's getting the whole body and snapping the shoulder. That's really where it comes from.
All right, let's watch this and see. He throws straight through it.
Right, he goes right through it. And the right hand of the body is a good snap.
Now you
see the shoulder? See the shoulder muscle snap? That one didn't miss. Because he doesn't throw that left hook to the body. I want to see that.
Right,
see, that's a good left uppercut.
And he's rolling. It looks like he's rolling back and forth. Is that how he's trained?
Yeah, see, you can see the snap. You can see his shoulder snap. That was a pretty good shot. The one that missed was even better. Uppercut to the opposite side of his face. It shows his good power, but watching this tape, he starts to throw the right hand. Mike makes the little head movement to make him miss, and Spinks shows how smart he is. He stopped throwing it because he knew he wasn't going to hit. But I think by doing that, and the fact that Mike is going to make him miss, he's off balance a little bit. He made him miss that right hand. Spinks started to throw a hard right hand, and halfway through it, he wanted to stop it because he knew he wasn't going to hit him. And he was off balance, and then Mike had that tremendous snap and hit him on the right side of his face with his right hand, which is wild.
What makes Mike such a good finisher?
A tremendous right uppercut.
Tony TNT Khan!
right now that I am one of the best heavyweights in the world.
What does this mean for Tony Tubbs now? Well, hopefully, I'm looking for somebody in the top 10. Hopefully, Ruddock Bowe, not Ruddock Bowe, Lennox Lewis. Holyfield, just give me a chance. I'm getting old.
Of all the people you fought, who would you say was the most skilled fighter that you ever fought?
Let me think. It wasn't Larry. Tony was pretty good. Tony was pretty good, even though he wasn't real strong. Tony Tubbs. Let me think. Call the truth. Tony Tubbs. Tony Tubbs moved a lot. He had a good jab. He faked you. He slipped punches. He stepped back and threw left uppercuts. And he can do it all. So he was a boxer. He wasn't really strong. But he was skillful. He was skillful. Let me see. Who else?
Not Larry.
Larry Holmes just had a jab, the right hand. He couldn't slip. And he was determined to hit you with that jab and keep you off him, and then to stack and then tag you with the right hand, and then step over here. So in terms of training people, I don't think that he could teach them a whole lot, because that's all he had was like the jab, right hand. Then he'll fight you with uppercuts and stuff, and can go back to he didn't have a good day. He always like this. So
Tyson completely. You have to be.
I love that combination there with the same punch, same hand. The right to the body and an uppercut, right uppercut.
Heavyweight champion, Mr.
Mike has enormous strength and great upper body power. I see that Tubbs is wobbly.
Stay here.
I couldn't tell whether or not that punch hurt.
Tubbs is hurt. Tubbs is hurt badly. It was a left hook.
Once again, that's short left hook. And for those that say Mike is not really a one-punch knockouter, I think they need to look at some films again. Well, Tyson now starting to find his range. That left hook there pretty much spoke for itself. It's self-explanatory because it was a short and powerful left hook that put Tony Tubbs down. And here Mike still showing that he is a good finisher.
Tubbs had already been reeling a bit before that point as the result of a short right against the ropes.
What was happening actually was that Tyson was wearing down Tubbs because Tubbs tried to stay inside and fight Mike Tyson's fight, which I thought was a mistake.
Heavyweight champion, Mr. Mike Tyson.
Once again, that's short left hook. And for those that say Mike is not really a one-punch knockouter, I think they need to look at some films again.
The #1 heavyweight challenger in the world today, Carl the Truth Williams.
punches felt hotter.
The stamina has hurt him, and Williams has been on his game a lot tonight. He's hurt, man.
Oh, he's hurt. Witherspoon, he's got him on Queer Street with the right hand.
Who was that, Tim?
That was Carl the Truth Williams.
Oh, wow.
I did feel a sting from Carl the Truth Williams. He hit me with a long, straight right hand.
Yeah,
and
the
I felt
bomb,
that.
huh?
Yeah, I felt that one. So
Carl the Truth hit me good. Carl the Truth, he stung me real good. I bent my knees. So Carl the Truth hit me the hardest.
But there's something called the rubberneck. And a lot of, if you didn't get taught this by some of the old timers, you wouldn't know what it is. And that's when you see a punch coming and you roll away from like this, or you go that way. That's rubbernecking. So when I fought Larry Holmes, a lot of the judges thought I was getting hit, and I wasn't. Because I went and looked at the video, and I was like, wow, I know the judges think I'm getting hit. But I was really doing rubbernecking. And if you don't, that come from the old trainer, and it works. It's beautiful, and that's what I mean by art. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, you didn't see that too much of art. They don't do it no more these days because there's no trainers around to teach it. And it's something that you don't do all during the fight. You do it at certain times you think you need it. And so if you said rubberneck to some of these young guys, they won't know what it is, yeah.
That should help him as long as he keeps that right hand up. The left hook that put Williams down. Williams had dropped that right hand, and I had indicated earlier that the jab would be the key, but in throwing the left jab, he must also keep that right hand up and power. There's that left hook. The reason people fear Mike Tyson because he's one of the few, if not the only man, that can knock you out in the heavyweight division with one punch.
At the devastating left hook.
And what Tyson does here, he bobs and weaves, gets under that jab and counters with a beautiful left hook.
Perfectly timed as Williams was dropping the right hand, just as you said he did after throwing the jab.
What about the heavyweight that hit you the hardest? Do you remember who hit you the hardest? The one that you really stung the most?
I'll be honest with you. The heavyweight, and it was the toughest fight, one of my toughest fights, and that was Trevor Berbick.
He is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Trevor Berbick.
Right hand. Wow, with a left hook, then a right hand right in the temple bone, and he's in trouble here.
Boom. Right off the temple. Right off the temple. It's easy to hit. The guy going for everything. Look at that. I'm the youngest champion ever in the history of the sport. My record will last for immortality. It will never be broken.
punches from Galata. Bo goes down.
See, Galata slapping here. He can't actually job, Steve.
Oh, down goes Andrew Galata. What a right, straight right on the button. Galata
is an overhand right. Watch his overhand right. That is right on the money. Galata's got a whole new problem. Here you're going to see it. He comes into him, bends. Beautiful leverage. Look at him turn that shoulder in. That is a full power shot.
He is the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Pinklon, Pinky Thomas.
Pinklon Thomas probably is the best fighter in the world.
Tonight is long enough for us to dream twice, but I ain't catching nosies. Sing while I swing dice. There's a every minute. This is what I sound like when. This is the road between me and myself. Keep it blindfolded down the highway in my hell. Standing on my own too. And I know my shit stank. Enemy is everywhere. Everywhere they can't pace. Hit me like a mirror that be calling out your nickname. Never had no reason like we grown in the first place. Even though I'm still blind, I can just feel mine. I let it gon' grow when I'm tired, but I still climb. Poet and a prisoner, watch us both feel time. Hear the hollow in my headphones, wake me up. Start to search for mine in the sky, and that'll wake me up. My name's Fire, I'm a friend of dust. I am tying all this that touch, then get down with it. You and I are same, but I belong here. Since it's turned to sleep, now I'm lost in the chair. Not I want to search, I just want to find. And I don't want no work, I should've chose a life of crime. Feeling on this own grind, living in the gold mine. Damn, this a good world, studio is all mine. It's a throne from the shit from which we grown. I am built for the worth we're owed. To the dirt where the earth we go. Ain't no earthly soul. Maybe I'm tripping, I don't really know. Maybe I'm slipping, blood up in my bones. The marrow of my mission, I bundles of dough. I'm breaking out of prison, this prison of my own. This is the road between me and myself. Streaks in a glow with a glow that'll make your eyes melt. Now this is the road between me and myself. Streaks in a glow with a glow that'll make your eyes melt. This is the road between me and myself. Streaks in a glow with a glow that'll make your eyes melt. Now I see where I sit so throne. From the shit from which we grown. I am built for the worth we're owed. To the dirt where the earthly go. Ain't no earthly soul. Now I see where I sit the throne. From the shit from which we grown. I am built for the worth we're owed. To the dirt where the earthly go. Ain't no earthly soul. Maybe I'm tripping, I don't really know. Maybe I'm slipping, blood up in my bones. This is the brawl between me and myself. Sweet in the glow with a glow that'll make your eyes melt.
Well, the reason I said the uppercut would be a fact is because Pinklon Thomas at times would lean inside. It was an accurate punch and a very powerful punch.
Gentlemen, one of the biggest left hookers in the business today. He is Donovan Razor.
Mikey's. Let's take a look at that. Just when Ruddock thought he was on pay dirt, landing good punches, in comes a counter punch. What a tremendous shot by Tyson. Lucky that he got up. Wonderful left hook. The patented Tyson killer, the left hook.
With Tyson's promoter, Don King. There's a right hand by Mike Tyson.
Let's watch the way that Mike Tyson works. Look at that uppercut. Then he comes back with a bunch of the best. I don't think anybody can question his integrity or his honesty. The action continues. You see that later on in that round.
Here for withstanding this kind of barrage. Oh, what a right by Tyson! Oh, the left. Now the right combination. Steele steps in. Is it over? It's over. It's over. And Mike Tyson has defeated Razor Ruddock here in the 7th round.
You were one of those guys that was, I think everybody was scared to fight, you know? We spoke with Shannon Briggs on the show, and he said that the hardest he's ever been hit was by you, and that we also heard Evander Holyfield say the same thing.
Correct. now, bad way is maybe white buffalo, but white buffalo never get a rematch.
Yeah.
Because maybe I eat hard, you know.
Knockouts from Durban, South Africa, the former IBF heavyweight champion of the world, Francois the White Buffalo Botha.
There it is. Right on.
You look at the body. He turns his body into this punch. His hips, his shoulders, from the floor up, he drives this right hand in.
Bobby, take
Here's
this.
a different angle, and you can watch Botha coming and what he sees. Mike steps into him, bang. He turned his whole body, his hip, his legs.
Lou Savarese seemed to be a pretty good sound fighter. He was a good strong puncher, which was why I used to watch him, because he could punch.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Greenwood Lake, New York, here is Lou Savarese.
Tyson threw. It was like a kick from a horse, and the first one he throws is a left hook that puts Savarese on the floor and looks badly shaken up from it.
And he was absolutely destroyed by the first punch that Tyson landed, high on the head, bang,
Top
down
of the
he
head,
went.
right on the corner.
First punch.
First punch called him.
Well, let's just watch this again. I think this was the follow-up, wasn't it? Oh no, it wasn't. No, that was that punch definitely landed on the head.
Yeah, it landed there.
That punch definitely landed on the head, didn't it?
This opening round. Oh, another big left. It's going to be stopped.
The left hook there, and at that point the legs were really gone.
Oh,
that
look at
one finished the job.
Another big left hand.
When I felt blood coming out of my nose, I said, can't be. But that's power.
Stewart was very tough. Yeah, I knew Stewart was going to be tough.
Whew, a tough fighter.
KOs from Safety Harbor, Florida. He's ranked in the top 10, ladies and gentlemen. He is Alex the Destroyer Stewart.
Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm busting at him. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm busting at him. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm busting at him. Ain't no talking, homie. I'm just busting at him. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm busting at him. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm busting at him. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm busting at him. Ain't no talking, homie. I'm just busting at him. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm busting at him. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm busting at him. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm busting at him. Ain't no talking, homie. I'm just busting at him.
Knockdowns. You look at Tyson moving in with controlled fury, and the right hand puts Stewart down. By this time, Stewart still wobbly from the first knockdown, and he went down without Mike having to land a crushing blow. Another look at knockdown number 2. And you can see that the right hand simply glanced off the top of Stewart's head, but it was enough to put down a very wobbly fighter at that point.
The new WBA heavyweight champion of the world, the Atlantic City Express, Bruce Seldon.
My niggas getting money right. We getting money right. We hit a record body head and get the game tight. We get our cash on, nigga, our cash on. And any nigga acting up, we get our blast on. Niggas getting money right. We getting money right. We hit a record body head and get the game tight. We get our cash on, nigga, our cash on. And any nigga acting up, we get our blast on. Y'all scream them up, then I ain't fucking with y'all. I don't care who you are, don't matter what you do or where you from. I got a Tommy gun that'll clear the room. That's where I'm from. You can't fuck with us. Simple to the ass niggas ain't afraid of us. Block cash with us and respect of us. You can keep the fame, cause I earned my name. He dropped plenty, man, that's all she wrote. GIC locked up, kept her head afloat. Think about everything that was said and done. I made sure everything said was done. Then I did my time, that was time to shine. I come in that all niggas that was claiming mine. Then I back on the bridge, y'all know what it is. Throw heat, got feet, box 5 G's. These young brands like doing the beer. I ain't tone with that beans on. I'm talking shit cause I'm walking with twin gotta goes fully loaded clips. Go ahead, play hard, everybody in squad. Set your ass on fire with this lightning roll. With this lightning roll, hey, with this lightning roll.
Nice long rest there, but he has felt.
Back comes Seldon.
All right, now Mike's coming in. He senses the kill. There's the left hook. Bruce goes back to the ropes and down. The crowd is booing. I hear him in the background. I'll tell you why they're booing, Steve. They don't believe those were legitimate shots for heavyweight champions to be knocked out with.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our next fighter fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 224 pounds. He is undefeated in 17 pro fights, 12 of those wins coming by knockout. From Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Clifford the Black Rhino, ATU!
On the ground, yeah, influence.
smoking crack with Jack Black. I smack ass, keep a fat stash of ganja on the knapsack. Fuck your faggot, snapback and hashtags. I'm a backlash and drop bombs like Baghdad. Stop bringing bad fads back and give a fat bitch a pat for running a track lab. Congrats, Tubby, you lost all of your fat flaps. Now your ass is flat and sagging, dangles like a flapjack. Got some weed, sit back, enjoy you some. Watch this asshole talking shit up at the podium. Show up in class, strapped with a dildo and a loaded gun. Screen the new Batman, shoot up the auditorium. Causing pandemonium, roll up in a DeLorean. This is where your historians and fuck you Nickelodeon. The government's controlling them. Kids' craniums they holding them, corrupting and molding them while you sit back supporting them.
Andrea, the bill. The bill.
Let's throw it right back down to Nick.
Cause Ruddock's Obama's product, trying to profit from your wallet, so empty your fucking pockets. Bitch, I'm spitting rockets, Ruddock vomits on your topic, smoking chronic, I'm the hottest, like bitch, fuck yo, being modest. My fullest faucet, yo, go fund it's on my sausage, full of stomachs, bitch, I'm on it while you stuck up in your closet. Dog, I know you barking, but bitch, all I hear is talking. Move while you Stephen Hawking, kill him, put him in a coffin. Yeah, I'm on that other shit, hit him with a thunder kick, smack a gay bitch in the face with a rubber dick. Underground and loving it, I pull up in the Hummer quick, I perch a turd on your roof and dip and start running, bitch. I'm working while you stubborn. Got you stuttering. I'm hotter than the summer is. The high bitch, I am hovering. Don't quit, bitch. I cluttered him. Stubborn robber, they muttering. I put your bitch to bed and now she love it when I tuck her in. Everybody nod your head till your neck breaks. Sing along with this plain dead way. Smoke my weed no matter what the feds say. The game's crooked and Ruddock's here to set straight. Get it set straight. Get it set straight. The game's crooked and Ruddock's here to set straight. Get it set straight. Get it set straight. The game's crooked and Ruddock's here to set straight.
Moving, I'm trying to get to the side and look for the opening, and I see it. Boom, straight, boom. Just like the one Freddie Roach was working.
Now, you've hit a lot of people, Mike, and I know it may be a little quick to estimate this. Have you hit anybody harder than that?
It was very clean. I'm just glad he didn't hurt his leg. But I was just very happy with the sharp punch, an accurate punch, and praise be to Allah, no one gotten hurt.